We can start at point 3. The third presentation is about choosing patient-reported outcome measures, PROMs. Already we heard Diana talk about choosing the right outcomes, and also Wim also told that how to pick the right PROMs. That's something that I will discuss right now. Well, what is a PRO? A PRO is, you can choose the next text part, Mary. Yeah, thanks. It's a patient-reported outcome, and it's a patient opinion and self-assessment of their own health. And a PROM is a questionnaire that measures that PROs, that allows the patient to assess their own health stations based on patient-reported outcomes such as pain or quality of life, a very familiar one, or fatigue. And these PROMs are also used by health professionals in the context of individual patient care, but also in cost-effectiveness analysis, like the EQ5D, for instance. And they are essential to assess the patient's needs, and the communication between patient and provider in healthcare can also profit from using PROMs. So very many cases in which you can use a PROM. So it's also in the cycle of Diana very important which PROM to choose, and I think it's the best to also keep in mind that the other parties in that cycle also have a use of the PROM. So it's a very complicated thing to choose the right PROM. Please, the next slide. Well, we developed a PROM toolbox, and this PROM toolbox can assist you with several tools to help you select the right PROM for individual patient care and quality improvement. And in this toolbox, we have a PROM guide that provides you with basic information on patient-reported outcomes and its measures. That also includes a PROM cycle. That's a step-by-step roadmap for selecting and implementing the right PROM. And we also provided a PROM overview with available PROMs that are used recently in the European Union. And because it's an Excel data source, that's not so user-friendly to search for a right PROM. So we also developed a PROM-select app, which provides the data from the PROM overview in a user-friendly way. Please, the next slide. So the first tool in the toolbox is the PROM guide. The PROM guide is to help you orientate and prepare for measuring patient-reported outcomes. It helps you explain what PROMs are, and it's about PROMs that are used and why they are used. And also it's about how and when PROMs work, the local, national, or international in way, and discusses also the scope of those initiatives to have PROMs measured. And step 5 also describes how PROMs are started. And it includes a checklist to check whether you have thought of all the relevant issues and to estimate the usefulness and the meaningfulness of the PROMs. Well, this guide is orange, so in every piece in the toolbox it will come back as an orange PROM guide. So you won't get confused with the cycle and the other documents. And also step 3, how and when do PROMs work, is also accompanied by a review. This literature review is about the current knowledge and scientific evidence for the use of patient-reported outcome measures. So if you want to know more about the use, then you can also read that literature review. Please, the next slide. And the second part of the PROM toolbox is the PROM cycle. The PROM cycle is more a step-by-step design in which you estimate a goal. What is the goal? Is it individual patient care or quality improvement or both, or external transparency or a combination of those? Then it helps you select PROs, the patient-reported outcome measures, and then the select of PROMs. And in those steps, step 2 and 3, Also, the Linnean initiatives use those steps to compile the Linnean menu. And the Linnean menu is a document that is advisory in nature, and it shows more information about the SF26, the EQ5D, and the EURDIS QQ-C30. That's more generic questionnaires used in all the parts which Diana discussed in the first presentation. Then step 4 is to test the PROM, define the indicator in step 5, and step 6 is about test the indicator, or is it the right indicator, is the right use, and then the use of PROMs is discussed in step 7, and in step 8 the maintenance and evaluation is discussed in step 8 of the PROM cycle. Please, the next slide. Well, because only the EQ5D and the other generic measures discussed in the Linnean menu are not always fit to specific disease areas, such as our case studies like diabetes, MS, myelodysplastic syndrome, head and neck cancer, or like the newest case, a COVID case, or long-lasting COVID cases. So we developed an overview of PROMs used in those fields, and the basis of this PROM overview was a scientific article by Diana and Wiering. They already collected 193 PROMs, so they are also available in the PROM overview, and we also used the standard sets from ICHOM. They're also in the PROM overview, and it's a Excel database. I show here a picture with all the PROMs and also the dimensions it measures, the health problems they are fit for, and links to scientific articles. Like the design article, an article that describes the properties and the validity of the PROM, a link to the questionnaire itself, so you can have a look and how the questionnaire looks, or even if it's freely available, that you can download it and even use it. So that there are a lot of variables in the PROM overview. We currently are still working on the PROM-select app. That will be discussed in the next slide. The PROM-select app is a development that's also deliverable 4.6 in our HCX project. And it is a web application that helps you select the PROMs available in the PROM overview and I discussed. And in this app, you have to choose which patient-reported outcome you do want to measure. So is it pain and discomfort, or is it fatigue or energy levels or fatality, or is it health-related quality of life? You can pick one or more of those patient-reported outcomes. And then in the next button, you can choose for which health problem or patient group you want to use that PROM. Is it a generic one? Do you want to present the PROM to all patients, or is it a specific patient group, like in our case studies? Is it, for instance, only for diabetes patients? So you can select one or more patient groups in the second button, and then you get an overview of the PROMs. You can pick a PROM by clicking on it, and then it will provide the information I collected in the PROM overview. And there you can click on the link and you will be provided with an article discussing the design of the PROM, or you can click on a link to the PROM itself, or you can click on the link of the designer of the PROM. So a lot of options. So that will be available this week, hopefully today, or tomorrow. So when it's available, you can see the PROM-select app on www.prom/select.eu. So that it's already available with a password right now, but we're waiting for the certificate, and then everyone can have a look. And I would like to know what you were thinking about the app. Do you think it's user-friendly enough, or do you have any other tips you want to give us that may help to make it more user-friendly or better. So please let me know what you think about the app. And we also have an extra document with PROM links. There's more general links, and when you could find more information that are very solid links with information that you can trust. Like the COSMIN database is a database that also collected all kinds of scientific articles discussing PROMs. That kind of links you can find in a separate document.
Elise, can you start finishing because you're already over time?
Oh, I thought I had to 9:40, but sorry. Yeah, but this was the last slide. Sorry. Now the next one you can leave on without discussing it. So thank you.
See, there's one question of Raya.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Well, first of all, Elise, thanks for your wonderful presentation. I think it's really, really very nice and very helpful to have. I've one question about the level of measurement, because you said in this cycle the goal could be individual patient, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it could also be at group level. And I was wondering in the Select app if you could also choose that specific goal. So whether it's only for an individual patient or at the individual patient level or group level. And another question I have is how to measure over time. Do you also have that in the selection criteria?
Now we searched for that because we had a lot of variables in the Excel sheet, but we chose to only pick the two, the patient reported outcome and the patient group as a way to choose the right PROMs. But if you click on a PROM, then you will get the information that helps you determine if it's fit for use or for like multiple measures in 1 year, or if it's fit for individual patients, or if you want to compare groups. So it also states if it's generic or semi-generic, or if it's in a utility, for instance. So you can find that information by clicking on the PROM.
And that's also in the guide, I guess, because I think it's very important to have the aim, the goal of the tool should be clear, right?
Yeah, that's also in the guide. That helps you think about what is important when you choose the PROM.
Nice, thank you.
Thank you.